Good afternoon and welcome to this week's bias, guys. The specials on Evetech are just so violently good. Every single time I check, they're just getting better and better every week. So we're going to run it back not only from the winter specials this time, but from the open special section. And TLDR for this week is if you're looking for a graphics card, there's literally every flavor you could want. Starting off the top 10 at number 10, we have the Titan Elecstor UPS. This is the 100-watt unit, and I've just gotten one for testing. I'm really excited about this one specifically because it's got a lot more output than the really small ones, the very entry-level ones. Those are more for basic ONTs and included routers that you get from your ISP. If you've got something a bit beefier like I do that uses up to 30 watts, then you need something that can obviously output that, and this can. So for the bigger routers and stuff, this is going to probably be the one I'm suggesting. If you want to wait, the review will be out early next week. I never know to put the Hikvision G4000. This is still the cheapest Gen 4 Nvme with a 5-year warranty across Evetech. And yeah, with that read and write, it's very clearly Gen 4. I'd love to get a sample, Hikvision, I'm looking at you, I'm talking to you right now, of this so that I can throw Crystal Disk at it and then we know exactly where it stacks up. But price versus performance, it's probably still going to be the best. At number 8, we have the 300-watt mini power station. I have tested this sucker and done a full review on it, which is available on Evetech YouTube, and I'll do a pop-out for you right here. It's very good for if you've got a laptop or something like that, and you don't really want to get a trolley inverter, which is big and cumbersome and difficult to move. This is almost a third of that price, which is nice, and if you're just using it for a laptop and a light and charging your phone and all the rest of it, it is going to see you through load shedding 99% of the time. Charges up pretty quickly as well, so you shouldn't be without power at any point in between the cycles. And like I say, if you connect a laptop to this and you just watching movies or doing work and stuff, that's going to be between 30 and 60 watts. You're going to get between 5 and 10 hours worth of usage. At number 7, we have the first of the GPUs. It's the RTX 3060 12GB. And while the RX 7600, the new 8GB from AMD, is significantly better value for gaming, if you want to stream and record and do media, then this is a really good option. It's the best the cheapest option to get access to that, because you could do lossless game recording with NVIDIA graphics cards, especially with RTX series GPUs. It runs out of the Tensor cores and not your CUDA cores, and then you basically don't even notice it while you're gaming. It's a 1% performance differential. The 12GB card is a little bit better as well. Like I said, if you just want gaming, go for the RX 7600 though. At number 6, I popped in the 3070 because, like the 3060, it's very good bang for buck, and especially if you want to do streaming and recording. You can stream through this with almost no impact to your gaming, once again, as long as you're not using Tensor cores. So you will not be able to really use DLSS and stuff while live, because then you're going to see a performance dip because it's got to run that encoding somewhere. But if you're doing things like CS and Dota and League and Valorant and even COD, then it's going to run really nicely through this, and the price versus performance of this is much more competitive than the 3060. At number 5, I put in Old Faithful. It's literally the monitor I use. I've got the webcam on top of it now, the Alienware 240Hz. Things I really like about this monitor is, while it does have some IPS glow, the contrast is actually pretty good. It's not as good as my VA panel. The VAs tend to have a bit of better contrast performance, but this sucker is way faster. Obviously, it's 240Hz, 1 millisecond response time, and G-Sync on top. So yeah, the FPS, you guys want to know how this bully still does it? It's because of this flippin' monitor. Similar to that, at number 4, it's the 3070 Ti. I just really like this thing because it's an absolute animal in that sort of vein. I honestly think I should have switched positions with these, because this is actually 2% less value for money. But over time, it's going to work out basically the same as the 3070. At number 3, we've got this fantastic upgrade kit from AMD 7600X. It's got a really good motherboard, cooler, and RAM. Those are the things I really like about it. Even if you wanted to add in the extra 32GB, it probably would be a good idea, because you've got 4 DIMM slots. And AMD's actually showing that when all 4 DIMMs are filled, they actually increase performance. There's actually a video on this from Gamers Nexus, which I will do a pop out over here. I did a similar test and didn't quite get the results that they got, but it definitely was an improvement having all 4 DIMM slots filled. So the fact that the motherboard comes with that, has a nice M.2 cooler over there. The CPU cooler is 200-watt cooler for 105-watt TDP. So this thing is going to be sitting on boost all day, because it's double the cooling performance that you basically require. And yeah, having benchmarked all of these, they really don't use a lot of wattage. And then you've got the 16 gig 5600 megahertz DDR5. So the kit value is now like significantly better than it was before. In the run-up spot, I had to put the Dell 1440 PVA. It's 165 Hz. It's got FreeSync Premium, Dell Premium Panel Guarantee once again, and it's curved. That's something I really like for like that immersive gaming experience. If you're playing like Witcher and those sort of games a lot, then this is going to make quite a difference to that. If you want to be a bit more serious FPS, I would say go for the 240 Hz option, because it does make a noticeable difference, especially if you're playing a lot of competitive FPS. But if you want the, you know, beautiful open world environment stuff, then this is probably going to be the better option to go for. Having tested both, I would preferably actually have both, so that on the one side I could play, you know, race. I would put my racing games and stuff on this sucker much rather, because there's more space. I can just see more, higher resolution, etc, etc. It's just going to be a bit better from that facet. All of that for 6K with a 3-year warranty. Thank you, Dell. I just appreciate you so much. And finally, the number one spot, it had to go to this 4070. Having received one recently from Nvidia and using frame generation and seeing my frame rate go up 100 FPS in Diablo 4, I can't help but be like, it's legit. DLAA as well, if you're on 1080p, looks absolutely amazing. The palette card itself is very straightforward and rudimentary. It does have some pass-through cooling, but this card doesn't even use 200 watts, and it's within 2% of a 3080 on average. That's before including things like frame rate generation. So where games have that, you're going to get significantly better performance than any other graphics card on the market for the money, and that includes AMD. And that, my Lipshins, is all I have for you in this week's buyer's guide. Once again, guys, if there's anything you see that you would like reviewed, just hit us up in the comments down below and we will get that content out to you. Until then, hope you guys stay safe, keep well, and I will see you on the flip side.